Well, how would you describe the relationship between Icon the Bunnymen and your fans that are so faithful and follow you all these years?
Yeah, it is just quite a special thing, really. You know, not many bands last as long as us with the loyalty that we've got. You know,
yeah,
people drift away or get fed up with it, or you know. There just seems to be something there. There's like a bond between us, you know. We always sort of see our fans as bunnymen as well, you know. That's we always used to say that, you know. Like when we did them like tours where we all wore like, you know, sort of army camouflage stuff, and all the fans would turn up in like camouflage kind of gear and army gear and things. We all felt like one big sort of, you know, gang kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, we always, I don't know, there is a bond, there's a strange bond going on. Don't quite understand it myself. Like you know, there's certain bands that I really love, but I don't go to them extremes, really.
How much do you think things have changed, Will, since the early days of the band? I'm talking about the music industry, you know, what is different, really?
Well, there's loads different, isn't there? It's, like, it's a whole different thing now. When we started, record companies would stick with a band for a long time, and that's what they did with us, because our first things, they weren't really successful, what you'd call successful. If we'd have done them now, we'd have been dropped straight away, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they're after the millions and sales and stuff, and we were doing like, you know, 30,000 or 20,000, this sort of thing. You know, which is quite a lot nowadays, you know. But then it was like, you know, kind of small, but they did stick with us, you know, and you get like an A&R man is supposed to be like artist and development and stuff, you know. So nowadays it's like if you don't have a hit straight away or you don't become massive, you know, you're dropped. Right. And like the other thing is that's mainly, you know, the big labels. It's kind of, you know, with the internet and everything, it's completely. It's a great thing, but it's also a crap thing, isn't it? It's like
you're right.
It's opened it up for all the little bands to have their little followings and get their name about and stuff like that, you know. But it's also killed a lot of stuff because you need you know, because of the people just stealing the tunes, you know. So it's all that stuff goes to. You can't really exist unless you make money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of, especially with like a band like us, like we make most of our money now through playing live. We don't make no money from records. You know, you just don't do it.
Yeah.
So that's why we play live a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, without that, it's, you know, it's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. If you're not getting any money for your job, you can't do it anymore, can you? You could do it like on a small scale, but you wouldn't be able to go on tour to Athens or places like this unless you were, you know, like, well, we're in a lucky position because we've got this sort of loyal following and we've been going for so long that we've kind of come through it in a way. But, you know, for bands now, it must be so hard because they do an album, within 10 minutes it's on the internet and half your sales have gone straight away, you know. And without, you know, without the sales, they can't do the album. They can't do a new album, can they? Because there's no money in the pot. You know, or they'll get dropped or something, and it's not really their fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a bit crap. I think a lot of the blame has to go on the big labels for, you know, in the 80s when they didn't realise what was coming. You know, you know, it's kind of. I think they took their eye off the ball quite a lot and didn't really know how to deal with it. I think they could have done something, and I'm not sure what, like, because I'm not a computer expert, but I'm sure they could have done something early on to stop it, you know, and limit it.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the other thing is, like, this is another thing I don't understand. Every person that you see now has got a mobile phone or an iPod, and they're all, you know. Years ago, nobody had these things, you know. I remember when Walkmans came out. Yeah. And they were like a rarity. Yeah. But, you know, everyone's got these things, and they can't all be stealing music. So I'd say music is more there than it ever was, because everyone's got, like, you know, their headphones in. You know, it's kind of weird.
It's weird.
It's like, well, where's all this stuff coming from? And I think some of it might be I don't know. I don't trust anybody, so I sort of think maybe they're just making a lot of this stuff up and they're selling stuff all right, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I don't know really. It's kind of, I haven't got the facts and figures in front of me. But it's strange.
And finally, Will, is there something you would like to say to the Greek fans here?
Just get down to our gig. It's going to be great. You know?
I'm sure. All right, Will, thank you very much for your time.